Today we're looking at a whiskey that proves that wine and whiskey can behave better than some of your family members at a Sunday roast. Glenmorangie, 12-year-old. It's the Quinta Ruban, and it's Glenmorangie, isn't it? Glenmorangie, should remember that. It's 46% ABV, and it takes me back 11 years to the very first review that I did on YouTube, and that was Glenmorangie, the original. So have a look at that, because it's got 17,000 odd views now, sort of, but that takes time, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm Trevor, and we're tasting the Glenmorangie Quinta Ruban, 12-year-old, and looking forward to it. It's a Highland single malt. It's matured in bourbon casks for 10 years before being finished for 2 years in a Portuguese ruby port barrel. So I do like myself a little bit of nice port now and again, don't we all? Usually a big glass of it too. So here it is. I just poured myself a little dram. It's in an 8 PM Glencairn glass. How are you, Mr. Ash Palmer? Sláinte. Now, if you've ever wondered what happens when a smooth Highland whiskey takes a holiday to Portugal and comes back wearing a velvet jacket and talking about chocolate, this is it. This is the one. This is what's happened. The distillery itself is quite a famous distillery, Glenmorangie Distillery. It's located in the Highlands of Scotland near the town of Tyne. I think I've covered that probably before. Founded in 1843, and it's renowned for having some of the tallest stills in the industry. Word is taller than a fully grown giraffe. I don't know why that's important, but it might give you some sort of perspective. The theory's pretty simple. The taller the stills, they allow for the lightest and most elegant vapours to come out the top. So that's the theory. And if there's ever a whiskey that demonstrates that sort of thing, it is this particular whiskey. So let's have a look very, very quickly at the technical side. You've got the distillery, Glenmorangie, you've got the region, which is Highlands, you've got the age, 12-year-old, and you've got the ABV, the alcohol by volume, which is 46%. It is not chill filtered, and it is naturally coloured. Maturation is first matured in American white oak bourbon casks, easy for me to say, and then finished off in the port casks from Portugal. So the style apparently is fruity, chocolatey, rich, and slightly spicy, so we'll see. The name itself, Quinta Ruban, roughly translates to ruby vineyard. So I suppose that makes sense, ruby vineyard. Sounds considerably more sophisticated than whiskey finished in fancy fortified wine barrels, doesn't it? Interesting, this is the last of the 12-year-old. This is moving now to the same expression, but as a 14-year-old. I don't know why, and I don't know whether or not in the new expression is it going to be finished for still 2 years or more, or is it going to be 12 years old in the original barrel, and then I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hi guys, not often you get something for free, completely free in the whiskey industry. My tasting chart with all the descriptors are on there. Download it for free in the link below. Sláinte. Right, let's get my rather large beak into this glass, nice and gentle to start. Very pleasant. I get honeycomb, maybe with some dark fruits. The very first thing, as you know, when I do a nose in a glass, the first thing I'm looking for something off, something bad. I'm not getting this, so that's a good start. So maybe some dark fruits, jams, juicy plums. Yes. There's some orange zest, some orange appeal about it, like a Terry's chocolate orange. And that sort of dessert type sweetness. Overall, that is a lovely aroma. It's a lovely smell. It's one of those whiskies, you know. So you find yourself doing it sometimes where, you know, you're nosing a glass, and you know, one of your mates, you know, would say to you, well, are you going to take it out on a date or are you going to drink it? You know, fair point. All right, let's see. Oh, that's very, very, very nice. There's a very, very slightly peppery sort of thing coming on, like a baking spice or pepper, but it subsides quite quickly. And then the port influence sort of shows up with that, you know, dark fruits type of thing. The Glenmorangie spirit itself. That, oh yes, that comes through, you know, orange peel, that vanilla sort of sweetness. Actually, that's a very, very nice dram. Very, very nice. The mid palate, it has that chocolatey, honeyed, warming spices, and it's just sort of rich enough, I think, to keep an experienced whiskey drinker quite happy, but also it's very, very easy to drink and very approachable for someone who's newly getting into whiskies. So that puts it in a very, very nice position in the market. The finish is, I would say it's quite long, and it is lingering, and it does invite you to go back for some more. It is that type of drink. The 46%, yeah, it doesn't come across very much more than that. 43, 46 I would have guessed, so it's in and around that ballpark. Oh yes, leaves you very satisfied. It's a lovely dram, and I'd say in the financial world it's called repeat business is the way you would sort of talk about this business, or talk about this whiskey. The Quinta Ruban is one of those, it's one of those easy to recommend. The bottle, it's not very expensive. Well, it is in the upper range of entry-level whiskies, but it's not that expensive. The port casks, you know, they add richness, they add the fruit, the chocolate notes, you know, without completely underlying the Glenmorangie style. You know, if you enjoy whiskies, if you enjoy fruit-forward whiskies, chocolate, orange, man, get into this, get yourself a bottle of this. It's absolutely fantastic. Would I buy it again personally? Yes, I would. I would have one of these on my shelf. I don't have one of these on my shelf, but this actually I got from my tasting group, so thank you very much, fellas, for letting me have a dram and try it and make my review. I do get some of my whiskies from there. I'm not buying whiskey every 2 days or 3 days. So it is value for money. It's one of the safer purchases that I could recommend to people. It's crowd pleasing, offers just something a little bit different, and it won't disappoint. So on my whiskey aficionado scoring system, 1, not for me, 2, interesting, 3 barrels is solid dram, 4 barrels is excellent, 5 barrels just an awesome whiskey. I'm going to go 4 because it is an excellent whiskey. It's not absolutely blowing my mind, so I can't give it a just awesome whiskey, but I think 4 sits in the right area. Now, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because it really does help. It helps the algorithms on YouTube, it helps all sorts of things. And do comment on the section below. Please let me know if you've had this and what do you think about it. And until next time, sláinte.